That is London.
At the beginning of the movie, a voice tells us about an ancient war of 60 minutes, which brought humanity to its edge of extinction. A war that caused Earth's surface break into 1,000 pieces. The people who survived it mobilized their settlements into moving cities on wheels, called traction cities, that can go anywhere when needed. As many cities were established, the system called municipal Darwinism came into order. As stated by municipal Darwinism, the large cities called predators will hunt the smaller ones and consumes their food and fuel. At the opening scene of the movie, a girl with a scarf on her face is overlooking the mountains using a telescope. She then notices a city of London approaching towards her. She runs back to her town called Saltsaken, is now being attacked by the large predator city, London. As the people finds out about London approaching them, everyone in the town starts their engines. Within seconds, the town transforms into a vehicle ready to set off. London closes up on Saltsaken, while the time they tries to escape. In London, many civilians enjoy the overviewing of the chase through the glass barrier as they cheer for their city to win. The mayor of London, Magnus Crome, commands the operators what to do. People from Saltsaken try their best to escape, but unfortunately, they get caught under Chrome's command. The town is then taken inside by the Predator City. Inside London, it has a museum where statues of minions are praised as American deities. It is revealed the people interpreted the aftermath of the 60-minute war however they pleased. Tom Natsworthy is a low-class apprentice and historian of London. He works at the London Museum. On that day, Catherine Valentine, daughter of Deputy Lord Mayor Thaddeus Valentine, expects Tom for her history lesson. Tom has been late to assist Catherine, but she is friendly and kind to him. They both walk around the museum, looking at historic things like smartphones and computers. After Catherine shows her interest in the 60-minute war, Tom shows her a video of the conflict happened in the ancient time. And Tom explains that a quantum energy weapon called Medusa was used to fight the war and was the reason for Earth to broke into 1,000 pieces. He then tells her that the museum has several weapon techs, but bits and pieces of them have been going missing frequently. His seniors didn't respond to his concerns about the missing pieces. He has kept the weapons in a locker of his own so they wouldn't be stolen. While outside of the room, Tom's senior Herbert peeks on their conversation. He then demotes Tom to a lower level of the city, but Catherine goes along with Tom. Meanwhile, the people from Saltsaken are made to evacuate their city, which is going to be demolished soon, and they are told to bring their belongings with them, and are also restricted from bringing any weapons, even though the girl with scarf manages to smuggle a knife. Tom and Catherine come to the lowest zone, where the people of Saltsaken are being checked. The job is to organize the electronics from Saltsaken. Tom is fascinated to see a toaster that is of the highest kind. Just then, the Deputy Lord Mayor came and compliments Tom for his knowledge and technology. As they talk, a worker brings an old tech device used in nuclear weapons and hands it to Valentine. The way Valentine talks about the weapon disturbs Tom. Meanwhile, the girl with scarf approaches towards Valentine. As he talks to the people, the girl suddenly stabs him and tells that this is for her mother, Pandora Shaw. Valentine gets shocked by hearing the name. When the girl tries to make another strike, Tom stops her and chases after she runs away. Both of them end up in the town of Saltsaken, which is going to be demolished. They luckily escapes from the demolisher and goes to the waste chute. As the girl tries to jump into the chute, but Tom catches her, and he is intrigued to see the unpleasant scar on her face. She tells him that Valentine murdered her mother before she let go of his hand and falls into the chute. When Valentine arrives at the place, Tom asks him about Pandora Shaw and looks at Valentine in suspicion. After that, Valentine pushes Tom to the waste chute and acts innocent when his daughter arrives. Later, at the chamber, Catherine asks about Pandora Shaw. He let go of her question without answering. This made Catherine that he is hiding something from her. After that, Tom lands unconscious on the ground, and Hester checks the pockets and takes away the money. When he wakes up, she leaves him behind, but Tom follows her. She rages towards Tom for ruining her plan she had been working on for the past 6 months. Tom asks her to help him back to London because that is his home. Hester ignores him and moves forward. Back in London, the Lord Mayor is angry at Valentine for bringing them to Europe because they are running out of food and fuel. Valentine tells him about his energy project and claims that is the only thing that can help London, but the mayor is not convinced on his plan. Later at night, when Hester and Tom were resting, they are attacked by the hunters from the south, who hunts people. When they tries to escape from the hunters, they both falls into a hole, which was in a land roving vehicle of an old couple, saves them from the hunters. After that, they are been taken to a room to rest. While Hester was hurt at that time and she dresses her wound and lies down. Meanwhile in London, Catherine visits Tom's friend Bevis and asks him what her father is hiding from her. Bevis then tells that her father pushed Tom off the city, and he also tells about the secret project running by her father. After that, in the old couple's rover, Hester tells Tom about her story, where her mother Pandora Shaw was an archaeologist who loved to travel, and Valentine was working with her, who was always interested on her findings, until one day, Pandora turned over something. It was an old tech Valentine wanted from her, but she didn't want him to have it. During the fight, he killed Pandora and sliced Hester's face. Hester also raised the necklace that her mother handed her before she runs away. Meanwhile, Valentine visits a prison offshore, where he meets Shrike, who is a cyborg. Valentine asks him why you've been hunting her. Then the Shrike tells him that Hester has broken a promise she made to him. Because of that, he wants to kill her. By hearing this, Valentine releases him to kill Hester. Meantime, Tom wakes Hester and tells her that the vehicle has turned to south and the couple has been lied to us. When Tom tries to open the door, it has been locked. After that, Tom finds a way out under the floor. As Hester has been injured, she cannot go with Tom, while Tom refused to go without her, and they soon get caught and have been moved out to a slave market in a town for auction. During the auction, Hester is nearly bought by a man, but suddenly, a girl that stands out from the crowd makes the highest bid and claims Hester for herself. But the auctioneer recognizes her, who was a wanted criminal, Anna Fang, who is a member of the Anti-Traction League. She pulls out her gun and kills the auctioneer with a single shot, and tells Hester to come, as they both tries to run away when suddenly, the Shrike has came for her. Hester sees him with fear. Soon the Shrike approaches them as they run away from him. As he almost gets them, the both are been saved by Anna and takes them in her airship. Then Anna tells Hester that she looks same as her mother, saying that she was her old friend. By sensing the curiosity, Tom asks her that you raised by that corpse, and they both started to argue on the resurrected man. Soon Hester gets angry on Tom and tells that he saved her life. Meanwhile in London, Herbert Melephant meets Valentine and tells him about the old tech collected by Tom. On the next scene, Hester tells Tom about Shrike. As Hester runs away from her house, it was Shrike who raised her after her mother was killed. And despite supposedly not having feelings, she develops a father-like bond with him. But Shrike was fed up, with Hester always been sad. So one day, Shrike asks her to make a promise that she will also turn into a cyborg like him. But after she left Shrike to avenge her mother's death, discovering about London, giving her a chance to kill Valentine. By hearing this, Tom gets stunned. The both are then taken to an airborne city called Airhaven. Meanwhile, in London, Catherine and Bevis goes to Tom's old tech at the museum, but the Guild of Engineers has stolen the remaining from Tom's workshop. The museum's overseer shows them a secret way, which leads them to St. Paul's Cathedral as they seize Valentine's project for themselves. They soon make their way to upstairs to the church, where they see a massive superweapon called Medusa. Now, it has finally been completed and is ready for attack, as they both hide behind the wall and listen to Valentine plan to attack Shangguo. Just then, the Lord Mayor enters inside the church and orders to shut down the project and tells the guards to arrest Valentine. However, the guards stay in their place by revealing that they work for Valentine now. At last, Valentine kills the Lord Mayor. As Catherine hears the sound, they both escapes from the stairs. After that, in Airhaven, they meet other members of the Anti-Traction League. Now, they have been caught upon Valentine's suspicious activities and knows it has something to do with Pandora. Hester then tells them about a box that Valentine taken from her mother. As Tom remembers, the worker handed Valentine an old tech used in the 60-minute war. Then he realizes that Valentine is planning to restart Medusa, the deadly weapon which destroyed Earth many centuries ago. And he tells everyone the box is a computer core system which used to initiate the quantum energy superweapon, Medusa. Tom tells them the only way to stop the weapon is a crash drive, is a type of key that overrides its firing sequence. Suddenly, the lights goes off as we thought. Shrike has came for Hester. As the Anti-Traction League members fight Shrike as a cover, while Tom and Hester runs away from Shrike. And soon, Shrike catches up with the two, and he almost goes to kill Tom, and Hester starts to beg Shrike not to kill him. By seeing Hester crying for someone, Shrike realizes that finally she has found someone she loves and she is not unhappy anymore. That makes Shrike to free from the promise she had made. As the injured Shrike hands the necklace to Hester that her mother gave to her. After that, Shrike dies instantly. As Airhaven starts to break up in fire, Anna comes with her airship and saves both of them from there, and make their way to the city of Shangguo, where they meet the Governor Quan, and tells him about Valentine's plan. Then Anna suggests he will help to launch the anti-tractionist fleet against London, because if they strike first, the chances are less for Shangguo to survive. The Governor Quan orders the guards to strike first before they strike them, as Tom tries to defend them by saying the lives of innocents there. As Quan claims that if there was another way to defend the city, then he would have taken it. Then, everyone starts to prepare for the fight. As Tom walks away, as the League member starts to pray, Hester notices about the necklace in her hand, and she opens it, discovering the crash drive inside the necklace. She runs towards Tom and shows him the crash drive, as the both runs to Anna to tell about it. Then, Valentine launches the first attack on Shangguo's wall that destroys it partially. As a result, people in there are pushed around because of the force created by the weapon. After the first strike, without wasting time, Valentine orders to recharge the system and launch the second strike again. However, the recharge will take some time. Anna and the others from the Anti-Traction League, along with Tom and Hester, head towards London on their ship. During the intense air combat, many members of the Anti-Traction League were killed in the fight, but Hester and Tom with Anna were unharmed. As Anna manages to hover the airship above London, Hester gets inside, taking the crash drive with her. After some time, Anna makes Tom to handle the airship and gets herself to London as well. She attacks Valentine, distracting him, as Hester can use the drive to override the system. As when only 60 seconds are left for the third strike. During the fight, Valentine stabs Anna. At that time, Hester somehow manages to stop it in the last second, as Valentine looks over Hester and Anna asks her to run away. As he pushes Anna from the floor, killing her. Valentine also runs away from there and sees her daughter Catherine outside and confronts her and asks her to come with him. She then belittles him for killing everyone for power and runs inside, where Valentine's men kills all operators inside the control room of London. As Valentine gets frustrated, he decides to crash the whole London towards the wall of Shangguo to break. As the system has been corrupted, Catherine tells Tom about the situation, and Tom asks her to open the engine's gate. As Tom flies inside London and destroys the engines by launching missiles in it, hopping it will stop London from colliding with wall. At the same time, Valentine tries to get on an aircraft to take off and avoid the crash. Hester confronts him and points her gun as they get into a fight, and Hester remembers her mother had an affair with Valentine, distracts her from killing him. As Valentine gets the upper hand, at last, she managed to free herself by waving the knife towards him and jumps into Tom's aircraft. After that, Tom launches the missile at Valentine's aircraft, makes him to crash in front of London, as London kills him and stops before hitting the wall. And the people of London comes outside as they walk to Shangguo, hoping them to have a new life. As the movie ends, when Tom and Hester hugs, promising to travel rest of their life with each other. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.